You are standing in the shower, and the water is climbing up around your ankles. Or you are at the bathroom sink brushing your teeth, and the water just sits there, swirling slow, taking its sweet time going down. You have noticed it for a couple of weeks now, and it is getting worse. I have been a plumber for 35 years. I have taken apart more bathroom drains than I could ever count. And I can tell you exactly what I find down there almost every single time. A wet, black, tangled rope of gunk sitting in the trap. The trap is that U-shaped bend in the pipe under your sink, the one that holds a little water to keep sewer gas out of your house. And that rope of gunk is made of the same handful of things, over and over, in house after house. Here is the part that should make you a little angry. Almost every slow bathroom drain I get called out for was completely preventable. A $2 to $5 part would have stopped it cold. Instead, folks wait until the drain is fully sealed, and then they are staring at a $150 to $300 bill for me to come out and clear it. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 9 things you should never let go down your bathroom drain, and exactly what each one does to your pipes once it gets down there. Stick with me to the end, because I am going to give you the one cheap habit that stops the overwhelming majority of these clogs before they ever start. Let us get into it. Number 1. Hair. If your bathroom drain is running slow right now, I would put money on hair being the reason. It is the number 1 clog I pull out of bathroom sinks, tubs, and showers, and honestly, it is not close. Here is why it is such a problem. Hair is long, it is thin, and it loves to wrap. It catches on the stopper mechanism in your sink, it snags on the crossbars in your tub drain, and it curls up inside the trap under the floor. Once a little bit grabs hold, it becomes a net. Every strand that comes after it gets caught. Then soap and grime and toothpaste all cling to that net, and it grows into a solid wet mat. Think of a hairbrush you have not cleaned in a year. Now picture that sitting sideways inside your pipe, blocking the flow. That is the thing I'm reaching in and pulling out. And here is the good news, because there is good news. Hair is the easiest clog in your whole house to prevent. A little screen or strainer that sits over the drain opening catches the hair before it ever gets down the pipe. You empty it into the trash when you clean the bathroom. That is the entire job. A screen like that runs you $2 to $5 at any hardware store. Compare that to what happens when you skip it. Well, when that mat finally seals the pipe, you are calling someone like me to come router it out. Router just means running a motorized cable down the line to chew through the clog. That call runs $150 to $300, sometimes more if it is a stubborn one. A $3 screen against a $200 visit. That math is not hard. Number 2. Soap scum and those little slivers of bar soap. Hair tangles. Soap does something different. It hardens. When you use a traditional bar soap, tiny bits of it wash down the drain, along with all the scum that rinses off your body. Now, if you have hard water, and most of the country does, your water is full of dissolved minerals like calcium and magnesium. Those minerals react with the fats in the soap and form a crusty buildup. We call it soap scum, and it is the same stuff you scrub off your shower door, except this is happening inside your pipe where you cannot see it. Over months and years, that crust builds up on the pipe walls and slowly narrows the opening, the same way plaque narrows an artery. The pipe was never clogged by one big object. It just quietly got smaller and smaller until the water could barely squeeze through. And those little end pieces of bar soap, the slivers you are tempted to just rinse away when the bar gets too small to hold, do not send them down there. They do not fully dissolve. They go soft and gummy, drift into the trap, and give the scum something to grab onto. Toss the sliver in the trash, or press it into your next new bar. If you are fighting constant scum, switching to a liquid body wash cuts way down on it. Number 3. Dental floss. This one surprises people, because floss looks like nothing. It is a thin little string. How much harm could it possibly do? Here is the trouble. Floss does not break down. It is usually nylon or coated plastic, and it will sit in your pipe basically forever. Worse, it behaves a lot like hair, only stronger. It tangles, it knots, and it weaves itself into a little net across the pipe. And what does that net do? It catches the hair that is already trying to go down, and the two of them braid together into a clog that is genuinely tough to clear. I have pulled clumps out of traps that were half hair, half floss, all wrapped around each other like a bird nest. It does not go down the sink, and it does not go in the toilet either. The floss goes in the trash. Every time. It is a 2-second habit that saves you a real headache down the road. Number 4. Cotton balls, cotton swabs, and cotton pads. Floss weaves. Cotton swells. A lot of folks figure cotton is harmless because it feels soft, and it is technically a natural fiber, so surely it just falls apart in water. It does not. Cotton balls and cotton pads soak up water and puff up. They do not dissolve, they expand. So one little cotton ball that looked like it slipped down easily gets to the trap, sits in that pool of water, swells up, and parks itself right there. Then the next one stacks on top of it. Cotton swabs, the ones with the plastic or paper stick, are even worse in a toilet because that stiff little stick catches sideways across the pipe and acts like a bar for everything else to hang up on. None of it belongs in any drain. A small trash can right next to the sink or the toilet is the fix. When the trash is closer than the drain, people use the trash. That is just how it works. Quick word before the next one. I put everything I know into a book called 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes that will save you $10,000. It is 50 repairs you can knock out on a Saturday with basic tools, plus how to spot when a contractor is padding a quote. Scan the code on your screen to grab your copy. So we have covered the things that tangle and the things that swell. This next one might be the single most destructive item on the whole list, and it is sitting in a lot of your bathrooms right now. Number 5. Wet wipes. Yes, even the ones that say flushable right on the package. I need you to hear me on this because the label is lying to you. The word flushable only means the wipe is small enough to go down when you flush. It says nothing about whether the wipe breaks apart afterward. And it does not. Toilet paper is designed to fall apart in seconds once it gets wet. A wet wipe is built to stay strong and hold together. That is the entire point of it. So it goes down your toilet in one piece and stays in one piece the whole way through your pipes. It snags on any little rough spot. It grabs onto grease. And it links arms with every other wipe that came before it. Cities pull enormous tangled masses of these wipes out of the sewer system, welded together with grease, and it costs communities a fortune to clear. In your own home, the same thing happens on a smaller scale, usually right in the main line out under your yard, and that is a nasty, expensive dig. Keep every wipe out of the toilet. Baby wipes, cleaning wipes, makeup wipes, the flushable ones, all of them. They go in the trash. No exceptions. Number 6. Clay cat litter. Now, you might be thinking you would never dump cat litter in the bathroom, but I have seen it more than you would guess. Somebody scoops the box, walks the scoop to the bathroom sink, and rinses it off in there. Or they try to flush the clumps down the toilet to save a trip to the garbage can. Please do not do either one. Wet wipes stay together. Clay litter does something even meaner. It is designed to clump. That is the whole job of clumping litter. The moment it touches liquid, it grabs it and goes rock solid. So when it hits the water sitting in your trap or your toilet bowl, it does exactly what it was built to do. It seizes up into a dense, heavy, cement-like mass right inside your plumbing. And once that sets, a plunger will not touch it. A store-bought cleaner will not touch it, and even a cable can struggle with it. I have had to take traps apart and physically chisel the stuff out. It does not matter if the bag says flushable either. Same rule as the wipes. Clay litter, clumping litter, any litter. None of it goes down any drain in your house. It goes in a bag, and the bag goes in the trash. Number 7, harsh chemical drain cleaners. This one is going to feel backward because these products are sold as the fix for a clog. But I want you off them, especially if your home is not brand new. Here is what those thick chemical drain cleaners actually do. They kick off a violent reaction that throws off a lot of heat to eat through whatever is in the pipe. The problem is they are not smart. That heat and those harsh chemicals sit against everything, not just the clog. In older metal pipes, they eat at the pipe walls. In any home, they break down the rubber seals and gaskets that keep your plumbing watertight. And a lot of the time, they do not even fix the clog. They just bore a narrow hole straight through the middle of it. So the water trickles for a week, and then you are right back where you started, now with a pipe full of caustic chemicals sitting on top of your clog. And here is the part that actually scares me. Never, ever mix these cleaners. Do not mix them with each other, and do not pour a second product down after the first one did not work. Combine bleach with a cleaner that has ammonia in it, or with an acid-based cleaner, and you can release a cloud of toxic gas right up out of the drain and into the small closed room you are standing in. People end up in the emergency room this way. So yeah, not great. If you have a clog, a simple hand-cranked drain snake and a plunger will handle most of them safely. Number 8. Nail polish remover, acetone, paint thinner, and other solvents. Chemical cleaners attack from the inside. Solvents attack the pipe itself. Acetone and other strong solvents can eat right into certain plastics, and a lot of your drain pipes and traps are plastic. They can also strip the finish off your sink and your tub on the way down. So you are risking damage to the fixture you can see and the pipe you cannot. On top of that, these are a genuine environmental hazard. Your bathroom drain runs to a wastewater plant or a septic system, and neither one is built to handle a slug of solvent. It can kill the helpful bacteria that make a septic system work, and it can slip through treatment and end up in the water supply. Small amounts of leftover nail polish remover should be capped tight and taken to a household hazardous waste drop-off. Most counties run one for free, usually a few times a year. It is a small errand that keeps a real poison out of your pipes and out of the water everyone drinks. Number 9. Expired and unused medications. For years, the advice people got was to flush old pills so nobody could get into them. We know better now. When you flush medication, it goes to a treatment plant that was never designed to filter out pharmaceuticals. A lot of it passes right on through and ends up in rivers and lakes, and eventually back in drinking water. Researchers keep finding traces of medication in water supplies all over the country, and this is one of the reasons why. It does not clog your pipe. It poisons the water on the other end. The right move is easy, and it is free. Almost every pharmacy and a lot of police stations now run drug take-back programs. You drop your old medications in a secure box, no questions asked, and they get disposed of the proper way. If you cannot get to one, the guidance for most medications is to mix them with something nasty like used coffee grounds, seal that in a bag, and put it in the household trash so nobody digs it back out. The drain is never the answer, not for the water and not for you. So let us pull this together into something you can actually use. Because you do not need to memorize 9 separate rules. It comes down to one simple idea. Your bathroom drain was built to carry water, a little soap, and human waste and toilet paper. That is the entire list. Everything else is a guest that overstays its welcome. If you do just 2 things, you prevent the huge majority of bathroom clogs I ever get called for. First, put a cheap screen over every sink, shower, and tub drain, and empty it when you clean. That $2 to $5 screen is the best plumbing money you will ever spend. Second, keep a small trash can within easy reach of the sink and the toilet, so the wipes, the floss, the cotton, and all the rest have somewhere to go that is not the drain. And one caution while we are here, because people ask me this all the time. If you want to flush a drain to keep it clear, run hot tap water, not boiling water. Boiling water can soften and warp the plastic traps under your sink, and now you have traded a slow drain for a leak. Hot from the tap is plenty. Now for the bonus tip I promised you, and this is the one almost nobody does. Once a week, when you are already in there cleaning, pull the stopper up out of your bathroom sink and take a look. In most sinks, the stopper lifts right out or twists a quarter turn and comes free by hand, no tools needed. That stopper is the #1 spot where hair and gunk first grab hold, right at the top where you can actually reach it. Wipe it off, pull away whatever is clinging to it, drop that in the trash, and set it back in. 10 seconds, once a week. Do that, and you catch the clog while it is still a wad of fuzz you can grab with a paper towel, instead of waiting until it is a solid plug 3 feet down the pipe, where only a cable can reach it. The cheapest repair is always the one you do before it ever becomes a repair. One last thing. That book, 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes That Will Save You. $10,000 keeps saving you money for as long as you own your home, one avoided service call at a time. Scan the code on your screen to grab it, and subscribe to the Mark Silverbridge channel for more honest, no-nonsense fixes that keep your money in your pocket.